In this video, we will see code implementation. Now let's see the code implementation of our two approaches. Okay. The first approach, where basically we sort the starts and ends and we calculate according to their like whichever time is less. Start time is less or end time is less. I will simply update the count and the maximum count will be my answer. Right. So basically what I will do, I will simply do let starts is equals to intervals. What are the intervals available? Dot map, and I will map with the starting time, right? And then I will simply sort them according to their basically starting time. So A comma B, and this will generate me A minus B, right? So I will get starts to the, okay, I'm trying, this code is more towards on JavaScript, okay, because this is, I'm basically mapping, sorting. Python, in Python, it is very more simple. And in Java also, like you can simply sort it. It's simply first you need to fill the array. Next, we will do the same thing with the same as it starts. I will create one end. Okay, sorry. I will copy this and I will create for the end. So instead of start, simply say I want ends, and in ends, yeah, this was the ends equals to intervals dot map, and it will be end time, not the starting time, and from A to B. So this is done. And after now I have both the arrays starts and end. What I will do, I will calculate the max, or we are finding minimum confidence required. Okay. So basically I'm saying that max value. So I can take max variable. Again, it's depend on you, whatever the variable you want to take. I'll take let count is equals to 0, then j equals to 0. Okay. Let me give here also spaces. This is done. Now while I is less than intervals dot length, okay, I will simply move my this pointer, and if my start time, okay, if my start time is less than my end time, so j, then what I will do, I will update the count. Okay, so count plus plus, and I will do I plus plus. Basically, I will move the pointer. But if it is not happening, okay, that means if jth time is increased, like end time is lesser, that means there is an end time. So what I will do, I will decrease the count and I will move my j pointer towards. Even if both are equal, it will fall under the else category and it will simply do j plus plus and count minus plus. Okay. On each interval, what I will do, I will simply find the max of it. So whatever the max I have and the count with the max. And in the last, I will return the maximum. Okay. This will be my approach one, simple, straightforward. Okay. Now let's talk about the approach two. Okay. That's more towards on Java, because priority queue it's in Java. So let's talk about the approach two. So basically what we have done in there, we have created one priority queue. So first of all, I will sort the arrays. So arrays dot sort, basically I'm sorting intervals. Okay. So again, there are different methods. This is more towards in Java. So you can simply sort according to integer dot compare and simply the starting time. So A0, comma B0, right? So this is how you sorted it. Once you sorted, you will create the priority queue. So priority queue, okay, and that is in bit. So I will create a P integer priority queue integer P is equals to new priority queue, and I am initializing the instance. Okay. Then for int, I will simply traverse in the interval with the interval. Okay. Taking it as an intervals in the intervals array. Intervals, and see, now what I need to basically I will I will add p dot and the interval. But before that, first I will check if my p, first of all, if my priority queue is not empty. Okay. So if it is not empty, that means there is something peak element. So I will put end condition. and I will check peak element. If my peak element is lesser than equals to the interval 0, that means starting time. Okay. So intervals 0, it is starting time. Basically, we have written in the pseudocode interval 0 is greater than equals to p dot peak. Both are same. Then I will do p dot poll, or you can do p dot remove. Both are the same things. And in the last, what I will do, I will simply add the interval. Okay. So I will add the interval, but we are ending only the end times. So intervals 1, I will add it. Okay. And in the last, I need to simply return dot size. Okay. And yeah, that's it. That's all about this approach too, basically. But suppose in JavaScript, we don't have this what called priority queue. So what we will do there itself. So basically you just need to see during adding or removing, priority key will sort itself. Okay. But this is not with your tag or whatever the queue you are creating it. So you need to do it manually. So basically in JavaScript, if I say that approach will be 2, but in JavaScript, so first of all, you will sort the intervals. Okay. I am not writing the whole code, but you will sort it. Once you have sorted, you will take one priority queue. So suppose PQ is your empty array. Once you have created, you can simply push the first interval. Okay. So you will simply push interval 0, intervals 0, 1. Basically the again end time you are pushing it. Okay. You will simply start then I equals to 1 to intervals dot length. Okay. And I plus plus. Now see exactly same, right? Right now it's everything is same. Okay. Now what you're checking, you are just checking if your peak element, if your peak element again the same thing, because you have filled it here, so you don't need to check if it is empty or not because you have already filled it. Okay. So if let condition, okay, if again p dot peak, so instead of this peak, you will say p dot q and your pq dot length minus 1. Right. This is how your basically you point out to the topmost element on the stack. Okay. If this is what you will do, you can simply do pq dot pop in JavaScript. Okay. Pop, we will simply remove it. Okay. Once we have done this, okay, if there is any other element, I will simply push into my stack. Okay. So intervals, and I will again I will add the end time always. And whenever I am adding this, whenever I am doing this, I will always sort it because this is not happening in priority queue. This is compare with its internally in priority queue. Okay, वो खुद हो जाता है. But here we need to do it manually and not A minus B minus A, because see, I want the lowest time, the earliest ending time at the top. So I want to basically sort in a decreasing order. Okay, so that at the top I will have the minimum time. Okay. So basically I will sort it in this fashion, and here I will return pq dot length. That's how will be all in JavaScript code. Yeah, but the time complexity will be different from the time complexity here, because here you are taking n log n time, n log n in n intervals n. So n log n into n will be the time complexity here, and here it will take n log n. So the maximum time will be on n log n into n. Okay, that's why this is not efficient. But yeah, if you have inbuilt or you can create a class in JavaScript, that's good. You can apply these approaches. Okay. So in the next video, I will show you a quick dry run of the two approaches that we have just created, approach 1 and approach 2. Okay. So see you in the next video.